NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Broncos and the Jags under the lights on Sunday night.
The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And these guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're brought out by a man now in his 15th NFL season, one of the most productive passers in league history, and a former Super Bowl champion, Matthew Stafford.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ that feels like gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Robinson with another carry. And now the rookie's free. Down the right sideline. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 35-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They'll try the air now with Stafford. There's a short one caught by Uzama. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up the 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw complete here to Waller.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Rush coming and he's taken down.
Kayvon Thibodeau coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford under pressure. They got him again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Stafford. And pressure gets to him again.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive.
And they'll be led out by a former first-rounder in his 4th year now out of Utah State, Jordan Love.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road.
There he goes, left side.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Trey Palmer,
68 yards.
And the Broncos will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right, that fourth seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
That is caught by Williams for a Bronco touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson on for the point after.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Jaguars back with it on offense.
They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They begin the drive with Robinson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Shaquille Barrett there pushing upfield to make the stop. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. To throw is Stafford.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Now 2nd and 5.
Stafford now to throw. This one hauled in by Sample.
And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Again, it'll be Robinson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Stafford. Touchdown! Darius Slayton from 8 yards out. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Denver getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, but both of those units in there kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the touchdown Broncos. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Jaguars 7. Kevin McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On first down at Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Jordan Love ready on first down here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Open man is Kirk, complete.
And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as he's down to the 11.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Stafford on first down.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up second down. Again, it's Stafford.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
McPherson now for the extra point.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So we're at halftime of this.
A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter.
And you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable and maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allow him to convert on 4th and long.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They find some open field here.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Come on, set. A gain of 12. First down, Broncos.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
At the 13-yard line.
They run again with Harris. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Love with it here, third and short yardage. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Harris will score. Touchdown, Broncos. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Evan McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Lamb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Stafford looks to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Stafford's throw pulled in by Lamb. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Stafford on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Stafford. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Lamb. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he'll go right back to Lamb. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Love from the gun. Gets this complete to Shaheed. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never...
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg, and boom, over the crossbar.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Stafford here. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again is Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Full to run show Fadukasi there on the tackle.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run again with Harris. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The Love's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
The Broncos going to continue on as we say so long, everybody.
Yeah. First off, my name Toad, but it's really Tobe Chuku. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum fubu on the Southwest eating fufu. And a hammer that I keep don't come with nails. Look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I